Welcome back to the Karyn Reece Show. We are so excited to have our next guest with us, Fernanda Alvarez. She's the owner, the founder, the one-man show of the beautiful brand Funky Mexicana. And she's here with us today all the way from Mexico. And she's also living in the States as well, but right now she's with us from Mexico. Fernanda, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello, ladies. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be saying hi from Mexico. I split my time between Mexico, Miami, sometimes New York, but mostly Mexico and Miami. That's where the heart is.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Anyways, so tell us a little bit more, Fernanda, about what was the impetus behind starting, Funky Mexicana?
Well, it has a great, it all came because I was living in the States for the past 8 years, since 2014. I was in the food industry for the longest. I started here in Mexico, and then I followed in Miami. I opened restaurants. I was a private chef. I was all about the food industry. That requires a sense of creativity, of course, sensibility, and my mom is an artist, so I had it in my blood. I also love design, but I didn't know I was good at it, right? So I knew I was good at food and PR and all of that. And I love people. So that's why I started a career in the food industry. However, after the pandemics, being away from my family was super tough. I was in the States for the most part. I didn't have a partner. So I was on my own running my business, my restaurant. And that last year was terrible because, like pandemics. So we were working and making the minimum we could, money wise, so we could keep up the business. But we weren't doing money for us, my business partner and I. So it was frustrating. It was depressing, to the point where you are like, okay, is this the right thing to do? Like, what am I doing here, right? Because not only that, how am I going to pay for my life, right? Because we didn't know when this was going to end. It was very uncertain. So I decided to come to Mexico after all the year. I sold the restaurant. I was lucky enough to be able to sell it. And literally I took a step and I said, you know what? I need to be close to my family. I have these major anxiety, all of the things that were going through the pandemics, I had them. And I wasn't even aware of that. I was like, what's wrong? Am I going crazy? I didn't know, right? Because I didn't know. I was in a fight or flight mode. So when I stepped back and I sit down, I was like, okay, first I need my family. I need the love and I need the support and I need to be close to them. So I'm going to do whatever it takes in order to have that, because how else am I going to be functioning as a human again, right? Mm-hmm. It was like a calling. It was, I swear, it was like a moment of truthness and reality to myself, mm-hmm. because I couldn't stand it anymore. So I came to Mexico December 2020, and my mom, she has a design business. She has a workshop. She employs almost 25 women, wow. Mexican. Yeah. She works with indigenous communities in different parts of Mexico. So I wanted to be close to my mom. I had turned 34 in that time. And I needed my mom. That's a reality. I wanted my mom. I felt like the urge to be next to her. So I asked her if I could join her team as part of my therapy. I wanted to be creative with my hands. I didn't want to be in the kitchen at all. So I joined her, and that's how La Funky Mexicana was born.
Oh, I love that.
Beautiful story. And you mentioned your calling too, which is, incredible. Yeah. You were just, and, it shows your resilience and your toughness. And I like how you mm-hmm. bring into the family support too, without even realizing at the time the pandemic was affecting you. But it just goes to show you're you bounce back. You mm-hmm. have a gift for doing it and helping women too. I love the fact that your mom and you have that connection.
And that's really what our show is about.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about, supporting small businesses and supporting, people with good stories, who have good stories to tell, who are doing a lot for the community. And I feel like that's all you. So, when we found you, it was just like very synchronistic for, our show as well. So what makes your designs different from any other fashion company?
There's a human behind every single step of the process, right? Nowadays technology can do everything, but and I've been reached out, like everyone tries, oh my god, what if I want 500 pieces? I could do them, but it takes time, regardless. It takes time because it's not that we're printing something, it's something like handmade. So the difference is that there's a human behind every single piece. There's also hours of labor, which most of these pieces take hours of labor. But there's also, I think there's also like the empowering people, like what people feel when they use one of my. I don't know if this happened to you someday, but when you bought this new bag or new pair of shoes that you used to use them, and you felt like powerful and you felt like unique when you were a kid, that's how people feel with my products. Like, I swear, you put one of them, it's like, even if you're not adventurous, you feel adventurous, So I think that's the uniqueness.
Interesting. So in addition to what you just said, what is next on the horizon for Funky Mexicana?
Well, I want to keep on spreading the word. I want to, someone told me lately that I should reach out to the European market.
Nice.
I would love that. I've had people buying from Europe. Last year, I had the opportunity to go to Italy with the Fashion Week. As long as I can keep on supporting artisans, and they support me as well. It's a circle. So I'm not just saying that, yeah, my main goal is to support them. No, like keep on building these, keep on spreading the word that Mexican is like really cool. Mexican stuff, Mexican handmade, Mexican everything is cool. And I don't know, I just want to see La Funky Mexicana everywhere.
If our audience would like to find more about you or your brand, how can they go about doing so?
So we're launching my webpage this week, relaunching because I was using another site, and it's funkymexicana.com. I ship everywhere in the world. You can also find me on Instagram as La Funky Mexicana. And I'm the one who's responding all the messages. I'm always interacting with people on social media. I've also was trained for social media, so that's helped me a lot because my main business is online.
Right.
So, and I hopefully one day people can find my products in big retail stores. Hopefully.
It'll happen.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, Fernanda, thank you so much for joining us today. You are so inspirational. We love your brand, and
thank you.
More with you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.